the ball on the ground, let it roll up there.
Right. What was the old saying? My coach used to say, get it on the ground as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You know, don't, it leaves less for air. Okay, so we're gonna let you kind of warm up. We've got a little device that we're gonna use today. It's called a Hat Motion sensor.
Okay.
So it's gonna measure your wrist angle, right? So we're gonna find out, you know, either during your setup, your downswing, or your impact position, or maybe all three, what's right and what's wrong. It gives you a few drills for us to kind of work on, and hopefully that starts to integrate some feels that you can start to realize instead of, I don't realize when I'm doing this, and maybe this can hopefully get you some feels that we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But he's striking the ball pretty well, though. Better.
Better.
Good.
Sure.
Good.
He had about a 4-hole stretch where, and I didn't know what to tell him. Like, it was bizarre, but like, he would, it's almost like a block, like block it out to the right, but it was extreme.
Okay.
Like, he's on the tee box, and there's an oak tree 30 yards off to the side. That should never even been a consideration.
Yeah.
And he hits the ball almost like off the toe and outright, and it hits the tree.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't hit the tree, it goes 230 yards. It's like he's hitting it hard or good, but it literally just jumps out to the right off the club, and sometimes it would draw back a little bit.
Gotcha.
But he did it with his irons and his driver on like 4 holes in a row.
Okay.
Like, even with like a 7-iron, he'd hit the ball and it would just jump way out to the right and then kind of slowly draw back to the right side of the fairway.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, what is that? Because it wasn't a block. The block kind of just
Straight out.
Right?
Right. I think that the thing
but then he
is,
fixed it, and I don't know how I fixed it.
Then I started hitting it left.
okay, and I like that because that gets your mind or your body away from, you know, this extra shallowing that we get back over here a little bit, and that's where we'll probably get that out to the right a little bit. So once he starts swinging left, right, he starts to get more of his path back to a neutral position instead of being so positive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I was watching him, it didn't look bad to me, and I didn't know what to tell him. But it just kind of went away.
Warm up there, and then we'll put that little device on. And give me about 2 more, big guy, and then we're going to put this little doodad on you. And we'll start taking some measurements here. See where we're going right, where we're going wrong. So here, let's, what I'm going to do here is we're going to put this right here on our left hand. Have you ever seen one of these things before?
I don't think so.
So this is a cool little device, I would say. Alright, so I'm going to turn this bad boy on. What we're going to do, okay, is it's going to have us, and I'll turn the thing around, but we're going to get our arm kind of laying flat here, and it's going to ask you to turn it up and turn it down just like that to calibrate it. And then we're going to have 5 swings, and then it's going to kind of show us what we need to kind of work on here, okay?
Right.
So let me turn this thing on. Okay. Okay, you got your, so here we'll take this, right?
Yep.
So what we want to do is we want to, as you can kind of see right there, this is what we want to kind of do right there. Okay, and then it's
Okay.
going to go and just elevate up. Okay. Good. All right. So what I want you to do now is just take 5 shots.
Can you tighten it a little?
Recalibrate.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, because once we get in position, we want to kind of leave it there.
Yep.
Okay, so there we go. Good. Let me just make sure here. Kind of give me a flex and turn. All right. We're going to recalibrate it one more time just to make sure that we're
Yep.
correct, okay? All right. I'm saying it's in a good position. In practice. Yes. Okay, it's in a good position. All right, give me 5 swings then, my man. Okay. We're going to take a look here. So the impact is good. Okay. Too extended at the top a little bit, which we kind of know.
And then meaning starting to release or just not getting that?
This is not holding that lag. Oh, so long extended. Zone street. Let's go there. All right.
Very slick.
Mm-hmm. So we've got overhinging, 60%, top extended.
Is this something new?
It's been around for a while. It's been around for about 2 or 3 years. It's one of the Mark Blackburn, I think. Now I think he's the #1 instructor, is the one that designed it. All right, so these are some suggested drills here. So we're going to start with the top one here. All right. So look what they suggest: the waiter drill. Okay, start drill. All right, so let's take a look here. Stand still. All right, so we're going to swing up to the top. Here we're going to kind of follow this. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Rep captured. Wrist flex. A little bit too much. Bring it on in here. So start from the position here. All right, and then just kind of follow that. Yeah, there you go. Once again. Okay. So there we go. There you go. Okay. Once again. All right. So you feel how far back we're going? It's not as far back as that you're used to, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. Maybe just a little too flexed, that's okay. All right, see how you're getting just a little too much flex in it, okay? Doesn't have to be as much. All right, see how you're just going a little bit far past? Okay, so just feel like it's a little bit shorter. See how we're doing still. Okay. The top is still just a little too extended. Good. Let's keep going. So let's kind of do this together here a little bit. So bring it on back here for me. Yeah. That's more where we want to be right there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I think you're getting kind of too much like this and up. See how that goes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's going to feel like it's a little bit shorter and flatter for you. Okay? There you go. Okay? There you go. Now he's starting to get into the yellow, which is good. One more for me. Okay. What do you kind of feel? Talk to me. What's some of the feelings that you're feeling here?
I feel more out here instead of in tight. And then it also feels shorter.
Yeah. See how you're hinging up just a little too much there when we do that,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah.
club's getting a little too much like this,
Mhm.
okay? So what this is telling us, we can kind of feel like our hands are a little bit more flatter, let's say, or out, less hinge, right? Then we're there. I think what's happening is we're getting too much hinge, and then what we do is we kind of throw that out
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Okay.
Does that make sense a
Yeah.
little bit? Okay. Keep going with that just for a sec, okay? I want you to kind of keep with that feel a little bit. All right, see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it was pointing more up that time. Now it's back.
Okay, I think what they're trying to do is get you to like halfway, and then once you start to get on a streak, it starts to go up a little
Okay.
bit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Too far.
Good. There you go. There you go. Good. Okay. So do me a favor, get on up to where you see a yellow, and then try to give me a swing through for me. I want you to kind of put it together. Okay. One more for me. Did real good there, buddy. See the green?
Uh-huh.
Good job. Tell me, what are you feeling?
I mean, mainly just that it feels shorter and that my club is kind of straight up instead of on that angle.
Yes.
And then it's easier to keep my wrist angle on the downswing.
Yeah, it's not so much of a fight to get it back to an angle, right?
Yeah.
It's real time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what I want to kind of do here is I want to introduce a couple balls,
Okay.
and get a feel for it, and I want to see what that's doing with our club face a little bit. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions right now, guys? Do you guys see what we're kind of working on here a little bit? Okay. Any questions, big guy?
No.
Okay. All right, but I really do like the fact that you're feeling less hinge this way, right? More of this, kind of club more out this way for what it feels like to you. And the big thing is now it's not back here, right? We'll really start getting shallow, but more like what I talked about, keeping those arms in front of our chest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. Okay. Jump on back here behind you. Just do me a slight little favor here and feel like you're swinging out towards that second baseman just a little bit for me, okay?
Okay. Let's feel like we're swinging out along this line, okay, partner? Okay.
Good. There we go.
Nice.
Okay? Let's keep working on it. Big thing is that we're trying to get that feel for what that wrist needs to be doing in the downswing, right?
Yep.
All right, backswing and downswing. Right, we can play that, right?
Yeah.
So, do you feel how much you're not flipping the face and it's shutting on you a little bit? Kind of
Yeah.
keeping it more square?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Good. Good work. A couple more here. Path was a little bit left there.
Yep.
Okay, so really try to exaggerate that we're swinging out towards that second baseline. Okay. There you go. There you go, much better, right? I'm sure for you, you probably feel like you're swinging out towards this house,
Yeah.
right? Okay. But now that we're keeping that club out in front of us, you can swing out there and keep it square.
Mm-hmm.
So, a week or two ago, he was a plus 12 or something. Now he's minus 8 on the path earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's quite a range.
Yes, yes, so. There we go. Right? I mean, I know it's not bombing it 120 yards right now, but really just trying to get in the world of getting this feel, okay, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. Right, and if that's our miss, that's a pretty good miss. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We'll start getting the distance a little bit more when we start getting a little bit more longer, right? A little bit
Yeah.
more speed
Yeah.
into it.
For sure.
Work. Good work. Now the path and face are starting to match up a lot better.
Yeah.
We're starting to get our angle of attack now. So much better. How does that device work for you? Does it give you a good feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think I'm being a little flippy with my wrist,
Okay.
but that was good.
Let's take a look and see. Got you up next to our boy Tommy Fleetwood.
All right.
All right. Good angle set right there, right? Where we
Mhm.
see before, right? Even with this kind of swing, you kind of have this thing here,
Yeah.
right? And now look, if we look on up over here, well, come back to this a little bit. Right? Now look at the face. I can see the face looking at me instead of looking up towards the ceiling.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that?
Look at the face, what?
So if you look at the face, you see how we can see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whereas before he was getting so much angle, the face was pointing up towards the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to give us a chance of more of a square face at impact instead of having to try to manipulate it to come back, or if we come over the top, it's whoo,
Mm-hmm.
bad city, right? But I mean, the big thing is look at the arc on your swing. Yeah, a little early release right there. Okay, so we got to kind of work on that just a little bit. But look at the arc. Doesn't that look like a pretty good circle?
Yeah.
Right? Whereas before it was getting kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, there might be a little bit of an early release there. I would kind of agree with that. Okay? But we're maintaining that radius so much better now.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, big guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions there?
No.
Okay. Any questions, Deb?
No, not on that. Show me what the club face should look like at the very top of the swing.
Yeah, so here, I'll get on that.
Yep.
So, what we see, okay, sometimes is club face gets like this.
Yep.
See where it's up there?
Mhm.
Okay. We want more of the toe pointing down the target line, so.
Okay. But it doesn't have to be perfectly perpendicular.
No, what we want to do, ideally, is we want the face to match the back of my left wrist.
Okay.
Okay, but if I get like this, right here.
Right.
Okay, then if I get, you know, what happens to him is he gets here, and now his wrists are locked that he does this.
Right.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
But now if I can get him here, like this, now he can get that wrist to match up with the club face, and now we have a much better chance, right? We're taking a lot more of that left out of control.
Yeah, the other night we were at the range, and I was
Mhm.
trying to figure out, because I remember the previous lesson, his face was wide open or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't call it open or closed, but like that.
Ugly.
But then, so I had him
That's
take
a
a
good
video of
word.
me, and I mean, my toes like pointing straight at the ground the way I do it. Now, I don't have a great swing or whatever, but like.
That's better than facing
Right,
up.
so he was kind of halfway in between the two extremes and getting a pretty good result. So I'm thinking, well, I don't want to tell him to try to get it more like me if it's working for him, but
No,
I just wasn't sure.
yeah, we definitely want that toe kind of hanging, when we get here, more hanging down than face up. Does that make sense? So I'd like to be able to see the face of the club when I face on, right? I don't want to have to be in a blimp to see it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense a little bit right there? Okay. So with that being said, give me a few more here, okay? Path was over the top, right? So I want you to feel like you're definitely swinging out towards that second baseman for me, okay? There you go. Much better. So let's kind of go here, kind of. All right. Good. So as you can kind of see, when we're coming into impact and at the top, now we're starting to get a more consistent wrist angle.
The one that's, oh, top, yeah, I see.
Yeah. So you see how they're both in green?
Yeah.
They were both in yellow and one was in red. So that's what we can see now. Good. Keep going.
What's the plus and the minus numbers? Like plus 25.
That's his angle. So when he comes into impact, he's at -4, which means it's this. Okay. This is plus. This is negative.
Okay. So
Okay.
what? I know it's green, but like what's
Right here, there's nothing perfect. It's just the zone. We want to be in that area.
Oh, so that from right there is
Uh-huh.
oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Right, but
That-
there's not a world of perfect, because his address is where it is. This is his benchmark. This is where he started. So these are the numbers that we want to have for his wrist angle.
Okay.
Right? Some people have less, like I'm more of a 17 or a 16 there with that. He's a little bit stronger with at 25, which is fine. But
Okay.
with what we're trying to go for, that's very good. Okay, so let's take a look at the overview here. Casting, 100%. So let's see the drill there. Okay, let's go to so I think this one's for casting here. So let's see, this might be a little bit different what you've been kind of working on.
All right.
Okay, but just kind of don't worry about the ball. Let's try
Alright.
to go to the top position a little bit. And I think what it's going to have you do is pull it down a little bit. So go ahead and get on up there. Yeah, so there you're in good position. There you go. You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just try to repeat that a few times, okay? This is going to get rid of that casting or flip that you have at the bottom, okay? Mm-hmm. In the green? Good. Good job.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
How's that feeling for us? We starting to get a feel for it?
5 out of the last 6 were red.
Okay, so that, back to our casting, right?
Yep.
Okay, so. There you go. Okay. Let's keep going.
So what is casting?
It's
That.
Oh, early release.
yeah.
Early release.
I actually got green for that. I don't even know how. Nope.
So just do it slow, okay? Just feel the motion. There you go. Good.
So I just kind of noticed something, like when it was red there, when he stops here, it's almost like he's starting with his wrist instead of pulling down.
Correct. Correct. And that's what we're trying to get him to do. Instead of having that wrist go woo away from us, it's going to be kind of more like it pulls into us and down. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is definitely something that we need to kind of work on, right, to get this feel. Good.
Nope.
Okay. There you go. Good job. All right, you feel more of the butt of the club moving down and through?
Yep.
Okay, good. So remember, when you get up to the top, you want to decrease the angle, not increase it, okay? There you go.
So weird.
Yeah. Good. Getting it. Starting to. Great job. Yeah, yeah. See how you got quick,
Yeah.
right? Okay. We got to get that quickness out, okay? There you go. Right? It's probably a lot more softer feel for you
Mhm.
as you're coming through. Oop, lost our angle there just a little bit. Okay, give you one more here. Have you have a drink of water and then we're going to hit a few, okay?
Alright.
Okay. Take a break.
Yep.
Okay. What do you kind of think of that little device? Do you find that helping you, hurting you, helping you? Okay. I'm seeing good results here too. So we're starting to see, you know, the angle start to come down a lot. Starting to see, you know, at least for me, what I start to see is a lot less of this, right, back and deep, and more here, down and through, right? And it probably for you, you feel how, what I think I've been trying to describe to you, how much shorter the golf swing needs to be than as long as it is, right? And I think, you know, for somebody like you, I think I could sit here until I'm blue in the face telling you you're overextending, but until you actually see some imperial data, right? Something that you can kind of look at, right? I don't think it's really going to connect with you. Does that make sense?
Because every first couple of like practices after each lesson, my swing's always shorter, and then it always somehow works its way back.
And that's just human nature. We're trying to get a little bit more than what we need to at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's kind of do this. We'll take this device off.
Okay.
Okay. So let's kind of take that thing off. All right. Want to take the training wheels off just a little bit. Okay. Okay. So we're going to take that off just for a sec and just see how we're doing without this, right? Because we don't have one of these at home to practice with, so I want you to kind of get a feel without it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. Good. All right. Trying to have that vision of what we were working on, those angles, right, in your mind. Right? Questions, Don? Anything I can answer for you, or anything that you see?
So one question.
Yes, please.
When I'm back to doing a fuller swing, will it still kind of look like more kind of like that instead of out here?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So still have that vision of what we were kind of working on the first
Mhm.
part, right? You know, don't get our hands so deep behind us where we have to kind of throw our hands back behind us. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yep.
Okay, good. So, a few things I like here. Okay, face was a little bit closed, but here's the big thing I'm starting to see here. See how your angle of attack is 6 inches ahead with that?
Yeah.
That means that you're maintaining that angle, right?
Mhm.
No flip to that, right?
Yeah.
Right? If I saw a flip, it'd probably be like about 1.7 or 1.5.
Yeah, that's where I was at when I was warming up, I'm pretty sure.
Correct. So. So much better. I know it's a little left, but that's okay. All right. All right, swing along that stick line right there, for me, okay? All right, that's a baby draw we can work with.
Yep.
Right? Once we start to get a feel for this motion, then we'll start putting speed into it later. But right now, let's just keep with that feel. I want you to feel like you're swinging out towards that house for me, okay?
Alright.
All right, I'm sure that feels extremely weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay? But it just takes a little time. And that's over exaggeration. There you go.
By the way, the feels like temperature out there is like 109 yesterday.
Oh, I can only imagine. I can only
That's
imagine.
why I would saw little black dots on. I literally when he gets curved for a minute.
It's nothing to play with.
I was like, I gotta pass out. Like, it was weird. You know, I did.
Yeah.
20, 30 seconds later, it come out. I was drinking a lot of water. It still wasn't enough.
Did you happen, when that happened to you, did you happen to pick something up off the ground or anything?
No, but I drove with the bumper and kind of jumped out to go look for his ball kind of quickly, and that's when I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so I talked to a gentleman that, you know, as we get older, like sometimes when I reach over and I get up, I'll see stars and so it's a sign of low blood pressure.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know what there's that, but drinking coffee, I guess, I'm not sure, but that's usually the tendencies I see right there. Good job. Good work right there, okay? Good work.
Yeah, I wasn't even playing. I was coaching.
Coaching? It's hot out there. Where'd you guys play at again?
Of course.
And you know, the thing about Jadida is, it's a beautiful place, but it's kind of in a marshy swamp, especially the south.
Black gnats all over.
You can just feel the water coming off the ground.
The fairways where we're getting no roll. Like if you bomb one out, it would plug and then go through. Yeah, so the fairways are so soft.
They've got so much rain up there.
Yeah, they're good. And you can tell.
Alright, things getting a little wonky there, right?
Yep.
Okay, right? Make sure we feel like we're swinging out towards that house, okay? Out towards that first baseman for me, okay? Good. Alright, so I'm starting to see that we're starting to get to that 1
1
point,
point.
right? So probably getting a little bit of that early release a little bit. So let's try to imagine that device on our hands and what we kind of do there, okay?
There we go.
I feel like you're swinging out towards that second baseman for me, okay? Much better. Much, much, much better. Good job right there, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay. Left.
Yep.
Okay. So feel your path going in that direction?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what I kind of saw, is that path going to the left a little bit. Just a little left. Do one thing, I want to kind of see your setup here real quick.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on.
Bring this back foot, just back, just a little bit more. Okay, good.
Okay, good. Swing out towards that house. So really the big thing that I'm just kind of seeing now, partner, is just we need to start getting focused on getting our path a little bit more out to the right, okay? You always have a negative club face, right? But we don't want to have the path facing, you know, chasing the face. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when I look at these things right here, right, your face is usually always closed, which is a good thing for what we're trying to do. But if I have my path closed with my face closed,
Yeah.
left city, right? So we really got to kind of focus on, you know, feeling like, you know, a few things that I kind of talk about, right, is if this was a clock, right, this is 12 o'clock, this is 6 o'clock, I want you to feel like you're swinging from a 7 o'clock position to a 1 o'clock position,
Mm-hmm.
okay? All right, but I think we're getting a good idea of how deep the hands need to go or how undeep they need to go. and the angle that we need to have at impact. There we go. Getting back to it, okay? Seven to one on a clock face, okay? Swinging out towards that 1 o'clock position on the way through, okay? Feel like it's going over 1 o'clock. Good. Right? I'm sure to you it just feels like you're swinging way out to the right,
Yeah.
right? But you can see where that starts to get that path.
I feel like I'm doing like that kind of.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's shadowing,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. Good. Good. Okay. And I don't mind if the path is just ever so slightly
Yeah.
closed, right, like that, but don't want to see it, anything more than that, 3 or 4 degrees over the top fence. So over the top. There you go. Much better. Much better.
There we go.
Uh-oh, he's trending now. I like it. 3 in a row, we call that trending. Good job. Good work. Got to get back to swinging out to the right a little bit. There you go. So hit about 3 or 4 more here, and then I want to kind of talk to you about this device you guys brought in, so you guys have a good idea about how to set that up, okay, and what we want to kind of work on, okay? Much better. Swinging out towards that first baseman for me. Okay. There you go. There you go. Good. One more for me, okay? I really want you to feel like you're swinging out towards that second baseman for me, okay, big guy?
Oh.
Okay. So let's talk about this little device and then we'll kind of talk about what we worked on here.
Yep.
Right, so what you want to kind of do here, okay, is go ahead and set up for me. Okay, So if it's a pitching wedge or something like that, we
Yeah.
want to kind of get that at a shallower angle.
Okay.
Okay, I would just kind of put like a pool noodle over top of it, or you could even do something like this.
Yeah, we've been using the line stick.
Okay, come on in, guys, it's open. So, kind of just get that to it's right there, okay? And then all we want to kind of do is swing up and over that.
So
Good.
like, put a ball down and address it. I want to get the visual here.
Okay. So I
So
put it
I'm look-
just a little bit inside of where it is, okay, and get it along the shaft angle, or maybe just under it, just a little bit,
Yep.
never over it.
So how far back from the ball? Right now, you're limited by this, but like,
Yeah, that's fine. There's no real set
Okay.
limit per se, but we just want to kind of have it, you know, probably 2 or 3 feet, something like that, something where it gives us a good resistance. I wouldn't want to have it like here. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
yeah, no, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. So I'd have that probably about 2 or 3 feet. Hey guys, how are we? Good. Right? Kind of have that right about there. Okay. And really what we're trying to work for is I'd have it just underneath the plane just a little bit. Okay. Because we do have to shallow it just a
Yeah,
little bit,
yeah.
right? So, but the big thing is for us, what we're trying to work on is that takeaway, right? Feeling like it's more up like we did with that wrist thing, right?
Mhm.
Instead of back over
Yep.
here, right? Because then you get way back under it like this, and then it whoop, like that, okay? So the big thing I think he's fighting today a little bit, or having that over the top move, is now he's starting to notice that the hands need to be more in line with his chest, okay? Where he's gotten it way back over here, and then he can throw his hands behind it, and then he gets a real shallow
Right.
plane, right? But so now it's staying more on top of the ball a little bit, and now he's just got to kind of figure out how to get that to shallow out just a little bit, right? But we're starting to see some really good results so far now. Okay, but there again, good. So here, right, and then just kind of feel like that thing works back
So
down.
we were hitting the other night with it, and I mean, he was that far from it, and but he's like, oh, I don't like hitting with it. He's afraid he's gonna hit the stick.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
why I
Tom,
would
you're not
use-
even close. You're like 4
It like
inches.
I
far-
swear, it like messes with me. Like seeing it in my peripheral. I don't know.
But it definitely gets you to move the club out in
Yeah.
front of you a lot more, right?
Yeah.
Than getting it stuck behind you, right? And
Yeah.
really, all we want to kind of do here to begin with is just really get the left arm parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, and then swing through so we feel comfortable with it. And then, you know, once we start to get to the triple diamond, you know, slopes, then yeah, we could go full swing and all that. But
Yeah.
probably more or less, I'd put like a pool noodle on here so it's not so daunting.
Yeah.
Right, and because if you hit this, it's like it's jarring, right, right to the
Out on
teeth,
the green or the fairway ones.
right. But you know, if we hit the pool noodle, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we got to kind of do there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. Now let's talk about what.
Yeah, I'm not.
That little down there, but have this so it's able to move.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
That way it's a.
move this part.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a pain because they pop out every once in a while, but you know, you just kind of pop it back in there and off you go. So the big thing I think we kind of figured out today. Any questions on that? Okay. Big thing that we kind of worked on today was definitely getting that motion out of the wrist. Okay, making sure that we're not getting so deep back over here, face shut, and then throwing the hands. Okay, so now you're starting to get an understanding of the club being more here, right? Not so in like this, right? But kind of more here, and then we want to increase the angle as we come down, right? I think for you, you increase the angle too much on the takeaway, and now I'm not going to get like this,
Yeah.
right? So then you have to throw your hands out to get into position. So now you understand that it's more of here, a little bit more up and down, maybe even laid off or back over here. Let's say less wrist hinge a little bit, right there, and then see I'm increasing the angle there. Boom, and that's going to get rid of that casting that we've been fighting quite a bit. Does that make sense? Okay. Did you find that device to help you quite a bit?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, I'll keep bringing that in for you, and we'll keep working on that. Okay. Any questions? Okay.
What's that device called?
Hack motion sensor. So they're for as small as it is, it's not a cheap little device. But anyway, it is what it is. But I'll keep bringing that on in for you guys. Keep working on that. Okay. You guys.
Saturday?
Yes, sir. 9 o'clock.
Works for me.
Okay. I'll get you guys on the system.
All right.
Alrighty, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Great seeing you. Okay. Keep playing. Congratulations on the hole in one, man.
Thank you.
Did you have to buy everybody drinks? Soda pops?
It started pouring on us at the 17th tee, so we got out of there.
That's great, man.
We barely got the 50 around.
Congratulations, man. Keep it up. You're doing great. Guys, how are we today? It's good to see you, Kyle. Ron, what's going on, man?
Nothing much.
Good, man. Have we gotten out and played at all?
No,